meteorologist Chase Jones.
Okay, 20 days to go until Christmas. Can you guys believe that tomorrow is Friday? That's the first week of December and the first week of winter just like that. And by next week, do you guys think it's going to speed up? I promise you it will, because it just keeps getting busier than that. And by the end of next weekend, the state park has a whole lot of activities planned. Then after that, we're going to do Remarkable Women, and the KSAN coat drive goes all the way until the end of the month. And I think Christmas is in there somewhere. You got to come up with a New Year's resolution. There's a lot going on for the end of 2025. Getting ready for 2026. Temperatures over the last 24 hours all the way down into that 40-degree mark, only up a couple degrees near those mid-40s, and we're already back down there in those upper 30s. I don't think we're going to cool off much more than that, and if we do, those winds are going to pick up from the south, and then tomorrow's looking like a windy day, waiting for some of that cloud cover to clear out of the area. 38 in San Angelo, everybody else at 42. If not, those upper 30s across the entire area. Shades of blue finally making their way in. 39 over there in Coleman, 34 in Sterling City, 42 down there in Junction, seeing that 8-degree spread across the entire Concho Valley, getting a better idea of some of the dry air making its way in with that upper level pattern. Finally on its way out, dew points are back down there in those 30s, while humidity indices are way up there in those 70s and those 80s across the board. Of course, still watching some of that steady cloud cover stay with us until the end of the week, but we are waiting for the weekend for it to clear out of the way. Upper level winds are going to show you what I'm talking about with that high pressure over the eastern Pacific. Now, it's going to work in tandem with the Rocky Mountains, and that's going to push all that cold weather up and around, somewhere around the Midwest, then push off towards the Northeast with some heavier snow. So it's going to stop here in the Concho Valley and pull all that moisture with it. Of course, atmospheric moisture is showing you what I'm talking about, along with those winds. Going to see a lot more concentrations of blues around those Gulf Coast regions, but as that cold weather sinks in, it will push it off towards the sort of southeast. And then, of course, we'll see some of those colder temperatures because we're always on the tail end of it. Speaking of temperatures, watching some of that Arctic air push down from the north and linger around the Rocky Mountains. Now, that keeps us in those comfortable greens. So by next week, we will level out somewhere in those upper 60s with those overnight lows. Just in those lower 40s, the cold weather is definitely here to stay, and it could get even colder than that before it warms up. Now, severe weather outlook has been hovering around the Gulf Coast for about 2 days right now. We take it down to the surface because it gives us a better idea of the high pressure that's lingering around sort of the area of Cuba while it holds off some of that colder weather down from the north. Now, it's slowing it down, picking up all that moisture, so we're seeing rounds of snow around the Rocky Mountains. But if you are headed that direction, every ski resort is definitely open. Now, zooming in on the state of Texas, we're really timing it out between the cloud cover that's moving across us and the colder weather making its way down from the north. Now, they saw impressive amounts of snow in the Panhandle, and they're about to see even more. But down here in the Concho Valley, nothing but perfect winter weather. Now, it's pretty average this time of the year to see temperatures somewhere in those 60s and those 40s, so we're going to see how long we hold on to that as some of that cloud cover finally clears up by Sunday. Tonight, we're already down there somewhere in those lower 30s, so bundle up if you have to go outside. And I know some of you do. Then tomorrow, a good run at those lower 60s. It's going to keep trying to warm up as the cloud cover clears up. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited for Christmas. I'm telling you guys, there's a lot to look forward as we get closer towards the end of the year. By the end of the week, we're finally warming up somewhere in those 60s. I keep talking about it while those overnight lows fight back and forth with those 30s and those 40s. Stay tuned. I'll more up the break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.